A powerful winter storm is making its presence felt across the Northeast, blanketing towns and cities in a thick layer of snow and ice. This isn't just a typical winter day. This is a major weather event that's bringing dramatic changes to the region's landscape and daily routines. The storm is unleashing heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain, creating a wintry mix that's coating everything in sight. Frigid air is sweeping in behind the storm, making it feel even colder and more dangerous to be outside. Right now, millions of people are under winter weather alerts stretching from Kentucky all the way up to Maine. Local news stations and weather services are urging everyone to stay informed and take precautions as the storm moves through. States like Vermont, New York, and Maine are directly in the storm's path, with forecasters predicting some of the heaviest snowfall and most severe conditions in these areas. Snowplows are already out in force, working around the clock to keep roads passable. For many communities, this is the first significant snow event of the season. Residents are dusting off their shovels, clearing driveways, and preparing for what could be several days of winter weather disruptions. Kids are excited to see the snow, while adults brace for the challenges ahead. The storm has already made travel difficult in the Midwest, with cars getting stuck, highways slowing to a crawl, and travelers facing delays and cancellations. Emergency crews are responding to accidents and stranded vehicles as the snow continues to fall. As the system pushes eastward, it's gaining strength. Meteorologists warn that the storm is intensifying as it approaches the coast, fueled by cold air and moisture from the Atlantic. This means the potential for even heavier snowfall and stronger winds in the hours ahead. Inland areas are being hit hardest, with heavy, wet snow piling up quickly. Trees are bending under the weight, and power lines are at risk of coming down, which could lead to outages in some neighborhoods. Meanwhile, cities along the I-95 corridor are seeing mostly rain. But don't let that fool you. Roads are slick, visibility is low, and flooding is possible in low-lying areas. Commuters should use extra caution and expect delays. The combination of heavy snow, ice, and rapidly dropping temperatures is creating hazardous conditions across the region. Roads are becoming impassable, power outages are being reported, and travel is not advised unless absolutely necessary. Authorities are urging everyone to stay tuned to local officials and weather experts for the latest updates, school closures, and safety advice. Make sure you have emergency supplies on hand and check in on neighbors who may need assistance. This is shaping up to be a classic Northeast winter storm. Picturesque, powerful, and potentially dangerous. As the snow continues to fall and the storm unfolds, stay safe, stay warm, and keep an eye on the forecast for the latest developments. As this powerful winter storm sweeps across the Northeast, snow totals are shaping up to be quite impressive and highly variable depending on where you are. Some communities will see just a light dusting, while others are preparing for a major winter event that could bring daily routines to a standstill. In fact, certain areas are in for a real dumping, with snow falling at rates that could quickly cover roads, sidewalks, and cars, making travel hazardous and shoveling a serious workout. The Hudson Valley and Albany are among the hardest hit, with forecasts calling for up to 10 inches of accumulation. That's enough to transform city streets and rural roads alike into a winter wonderland, but also to cause significant disruptions for commuters and anyone venturing outside. Meanwhile, parts of central and western New York are bracing for even more, with some spots expected to see as much as a foot of snow. Deep snowdrifts are already forming in neighborhoods, and rural roads are quickly becoming impassable. Southern Vermont isn't escaping the storm's reach either. Up to 7 inches are expected here, blanketing the countryside and small towns in a thick layer of fresh snow that's both beautiful and challenging for residents. In towns like Arlington, the snow is already piling up, with significant accumulation reported early in the storm. Residents are out with shovels and snowblowers, trying to keep up as the flakes keep falling. Farther north, in Maine, both central and coastal areas are feeling the storm's full force. Towns like Winslow are forecast to receive between 6 and 9 inches, with the potential for even higher totals in some pockets. In rural areas, snowbanks are growing higher by the hour, and some neighborhoods could see totals approach a foot before the storm moves out. Plows are working overtime to keep roads clear, but it's a constant battle. Even coastal towns, which sometimes escape the heaviest snow, are seeing several inches thanks to the storm's intensity. Harbors and waterfronts are blanketed in white, creating a picturesque but slippery scene. This is heavy, wet snow, perfect for building snowmen and forts, but also a real concern for power lines and tree branches, which can snap under the weight. Residents are urged to be cautious and prepared for possible outages. Remember, forecasts can change quickly as the storm evolves. Stay tuned to your local weather updates and alerts, and if you must travel, use extra caution on the roads. Conditions can deteriorate rapidly, especially as night falls and temperatures drop. The snow is piling up fast, and with more on the way, this winter storm is far from over. Stay safe, stay warm, and keep an eye on the forecast as we track this major weather event together. Timing is everything with this storm. The arrival of snow can make all the difference for travel plans, school schedules, and even your daily routine. As the first hints of winter clouds gather on the horizon, anticipation builds across the region. Meteorologists have been tracking this system for days, warning that it could bring one of the most significant snowfalls of the season. Residents are bracing for impact, stocking up on essentials and preparing their homes for the oncoming weather. The question on everyone's mind: when will the snow actually begin to fall, and how long will it last? Snow began early Tuesday, with the heaviest falling during the day, up to an inch per hour in some spots. By mid-morning, flakes were already blanketing roads and sidewalks, quickly transforming the landscape into a winter wonderland. The intensity of the snowfall caught some by surprise, as visibility dropped and travel became hazardous. For many, the commute turned into a slow crawl, with headlights barely piercing the swirling snow. Local authorities urged everyone to stay off the roads if possible, as conditions deteriorated rapidly. Road crews are struggling to keep up as snow quickly covers cleared surfaces. Plows work around the clock, but the relentless snowfall means that even freshly cleared streets are soon buried again. Shoveling driveways and sidewalks becomes a never-ending task for residents, as the snow piles up faster than it can be removed. Emergency services are on high alert, responding to accidents and helping stranded motorists. The sheer volume of snow is putting a strain on resources across the region. The storm continues through Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, leaving a fresh layer by sunrise. Overnight, the snow falls steadily, muffling the usual sounds of the city and creating a peaceful, almost magical atmosphere. By dawn, everything is coated in a pristine layer of white, with rooftops, trees, and cars all buried under several more inches. For early risers, the world outside looks transformed, as if a giant white blanket has been draped over the entire landscape. In New England, snow should taper off by the Wednesday morning commute, but the cold will keep it around. Even as the flakes begin to slow, roads remain slick and snow-packed, making travel challenging. Commuters are urged to allow extra time and drive with caution, as black ice and lingering snow can make for treacherous conditions. Schools may delay openings or close altogether, and many businesses adjust their hours to accommodate the weather. This storm is rapidly intensifying, a bomb cyclone, pulling in moisture and energy for heavy snow and gusty winds. The combination of low pressure and cold air creates a perfect recipe for blizzard conditions, with wind gusts whipping snow into the air and reducing visibility to near zero at times. Power outages become a concern as heavy, wet snow weighs down tree branches and power lines. The storm's power is a reminder of nature's ability to disrupt daily life in dramatic fashion. Blowing and drifting snow will reduce visibility and create deep drifts. Rural areas are especially hard hit, with open fields and roads quickly becoming impassable. Snowdrifts pile up against homes, fences, and vehicles, making it difficult to get around even after the snow stops falling. For those who must venture out, the wind-driven snow stings the face and makes every step a challenge. Staying indoors is the safest option until the worst has passed. As the storm pulls away Wednesday, it drags in even colder air, freezing any slush into ice. Temperatures drop sharply, turning wet surfaces into hazardous sheets of ice. Sidewalks and driveways become treacherous, and even a short walk can be risky. The cold wind bites through layers of clothing, reminding everyone that winter is far from over. Authorities warn of the dangers of slipping and falling, and urge residents to use caution when venturing outside. Cleanup will be tough, and winter conditions will linger. Shoveling heavy, compacted snow is exhausting work, and snowplows face an uphill battle to clear side streets and parking lots. Piles of snow line the roads, and it may take days for everything to return to normal. For now, patience and teamwork are essential as communities dig out together, helping neighbors and checking in on the elderly or those in need. The snow may stop, but the cold is here to stay. Even after the last flake falls, Winter's grip remains strong, with frigid temperatures and icy winds lingering for days. The landscape sparkles under a clear blue sky, but the chill in the air is a constant reminder of the storm's power. As life slowly returns to normal, the community reflects on the challenges faced and the resilience shown in the face of winter's fury. The biggest danger right now is on the roads. Heavy snow and dropping temperatures make for slick, hazardous driving. Even four-wheel drive vehicles struggle to stop or turn on these surfaces. Visibility drops fast during heavy snowfall, especially at night, creating whiteout conditions. Black ice is a hidden threat, especially on bridges and overpasses. State police are responding to hundreds of crashes, each one a real person in danger. The roads are simply not safe during the peak of this storm. If you can, stay home and let crews do their work. The risk of accidents is just too high. Wait until conditions improve before venturing out. The message from officials is clear. Delay travel if at all possible. Staying home is the safest choice during a major winter storm. If you must go out, drive slowly, leave extra space, and avoid sudden movements. Prepare your car, check tires, wipers, and clear all snow and ice. Pack a winter emergency kit, blanket, food, water, flashlight, and a charged phone. Tell someone your route and expected arrival time. If you get stranded, stay with your vehicle for shelter and safety. No trip is worth risking your life in these conditions. Authorities across the Northeast are mobilized for this storm. Snowplow and salt crews are working around the clock to keep Maine roads open. Emergency services have extra staff ready for increased calls. Some states have declared emergencies, giving officials more power to respond quickly. Utility companies are bracing for outages, with extra crews on standby. Restoring power in these conditions is tough, so be prepared for possible blackouts. Many schools closed early to keep kids and staff safe. Fewer cars on the road help prevent accidents and speed up cleanup. It's a coordinated effort to keep everyone safe. Home safety is just as important as road safety during a winter storm. Power outages are likely, so have flashlights, batteries, blankets, and warm clothes ready. Stock up on non-perishable food and water for at least 3 days. Don't forget supplies for babies and pets. Use generators only outside, far from windows and doors. Carbon monoxide is deadly. Make sure smoke and carbon monoxide detectors are working. Shoveling heavy, wet snow can be dangerous. Take breaks, dress in layers, and stay hydrated. Push snow instead of lifting when possible. Check on elderly or vulnerable neighbors. Stay prepared and stay safe until the storm passes. If you must drive, use these tips to stay safer. Slow down. Normal speeds are too risky on snow and ice. Brake gently and early. Avoid slamming on the brakes. Use anti-lock brakes properly, or pump brakes gently if you don't have ABS. Get momentum before hills, but don't speed. Maintain steady pressure. Shift to a lower gear going downhill for better control. If you skid, steer in the direction you want to go and don't panic. Take your foot off the accelerator and avoid sudden moves. Practice makes perfect, but prevention is best. Drive cautiously to avoid skids. The safest option is always to stay off the roads if you can. Stay informed as the storm evolves. Forecasts can change quickly. Check local news, radio, and trusted weather apps for updates on snow totals, road closures, and new warnings. Listen to local officials. They know what's happening in your area. If a snow emergency is declared, follow instructions and stay off the roads. The storm's effects will last beyond the snowfall. Watch for icy patches and frozen pipes. Keep checking on family, friends, and neighbors who may need help. Prepare your home and stay cautious if you must travel. We'll keep bringing you updates as the situation develops. For now, stay warm, stay safe, and let's get through this winter storm together.